Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's session on EduTap. And guys, I really believe that all of you are healthy and preparing well for upcoming exams. And guys, in the today's session, we are going to cover the top 50 MCQs from the month of April 2023. But before starting the session, all of you are requested to give a thumbs up in the comment section so that we can make sure that I am audible and visible to all of you. So guys, all of you are requested to give a thumbs up in the comment section. I am waiting for your responses. So I have got some responses here. So let's begin this particular session. So guys, once again, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's session. And in this session, we will be covering the top 50 MCQs from the month of April 2023. And this is the part 1 for the month of April, जिसके अंदर हम रिवाइज करने वाले हैं everything that we have covered in the past 1 week through our fast track sessions. And guys, the questions that we will be discussing in the today's session, they are relevant for RBI Grade B, NABARD Grade A, as well as the SEBI Grade A exam. So hi Nilesh, Aishwarya, Bhubesh, Jagdish and Riya. I really believe that आप सभी की प्रिपरेशन बहुत ही अच्छी चल रही है फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. एंड गाइस, नाउ बिफोर स्टार्टिंग दिस सेशन, देयर इज अ स्मॉल अनाउंसमेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू, बट एन इंपॉर्टेंट वन, दैट वी एट EduTap आर providing you the comprehensive guidebooks to the aspirants of RBI Grade B, NABARD Grade A and the SEBI Grade A exam. Now when I talk about these guidebooks provides you definitive answers to your queries which pops up in your mind as an aspirant. So क्या क्या queries ही हो सकती हैं? It can be about the exam, it can be about the regulatory body in which you are trying to enter into, and it can be about the preparation. For example, body की अगर हम बात करें तो what is the role that RBI plays in Indian economy? Now when I talk about the exam, so what is the eligibility criteria, detailed syllabus क्या है, previous year cutoffs क्या है इस exam की, every answer to such kind of questions will be provided to you in these guidebooks. Now when I talk about the preparation, so what are the different sources that you must refer to in order to clear this exam? Every important information is being provided in this one-stop solution. So what are you waiting for? Kindly download this guidebook from the link given in the description of this particular video. Now guys, now let's get back to the session. So in this session, we will be covering the top 50 MCQs, and you are required to tell me that what exactly is the right answer to a particular question in the live chat, okay? And you can just type the question number and the option that you think is the right answer to that particular question. And guys, let me once again tell you that this is a revision session. So I will be going to take this particular session in a quick manner so that we can revise as many as questions in a quick manner, okay? So let's start with the very first question of the today's session, which is here on the screen. So here guys, the question is, Japan has committed rupees 7084.5 crore to which of the following projects? See guys, recently Japan ने commit किया है ये particular amount इंडिया को, और आपके सामने क्वेश्चन ये है, आपको ये बताना है कि इसमें से ये कौन सा प्रोजेक्ट है जिसके लिए जापान ने ये अमाउंट कमिट किया है. इज इट द Patna Metro Rail Construction Project, or it is the project for forest and biodiversity conservation in the Indian state of Assam, or it is the Gujarat Water Sector Livelihood Improvement Project? So guys, please tell me that what exactly is the right answer to this particular question. I'm waiting for a response in the comment section. To the question number 1, Ankit Sharma is saying option D, Nilesh is saying option A, Bhubesh is saying option A. So guys, the right answer to this question is option A only, that is the Patna Metro Rail Construction Project. ठीक है जी. So let us discuss this particular part in a little bit detailed manner. So here you can see that Japan ने recently कहा है that it is going to fund the Patna Metro Rail Construction Project. Apart from that, the project for forest and biodiversity will be there in the Indian state of West Bengal, और जो water sector livelihood improvement project था, it is for the Indian state of Rajasthan. तो ये सब चीजें आपको पता होनी चाहिए from the exam point of view, and that's only after covering this only you will be able to answer such kind of questions in the exam. Now let's move on to the next question. So NPCI ने recommend किया है dash percentage of interchange fee on the UPI transaction. तो ये जो interchange fee यहाँ पर charge करने वाले हैं UPI transactions के ऊपर, that is what you are required to tell me. But guys, see, this interchange fee will be applicable of some minimum amount, and that is what you are required to tell me here, that what exactly it is that. So the transactions of over dash via prepaid payment instrument on these kind of transactions there will be an interchange fee. So let us see that who will tell me the right answer to the question. Question number 2, absolutely right guys, the right answer is option C, that is a interchange fee of 1.1% will be there and the transaction must be over rupees 2000. I hope this is clear to all of you. And here I can see Ankit, Nishi, Aishwarya, Jagdish, Abhishek, everybody has given me the right answer to this question. Now let's move on to the next question. So guys, as per the recent data which was presented in the Rajya Sabha, the question is basically that public sector banks has written off the loans around dash amount in first 9 months of the current fiscal. So आपको ये amount बताना है as per this particular recent data, that what exactly that amount of loans which were being written off by the public sector banks. So guys, this is a very important question from the exam point of view, and the exam which is being taken place very recently. We all know that IFSCA का यहाँ पर एडमिट कार्ड आ चुका है, तो उसके लिए गाइस आप सभी को देखना होगा कि ऐसे क्वेश्चंस को आपको काफी अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए, ठीक है. तो when I talk about the right answer to this question guys, the right answer is option C, that is 91,000 करोड़. तो यहां पर मैं आपको बता दूं कुछ और इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें जो आपको पता होनी चाहिए फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, दैट व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट राइटिंग ऑफ द लोन, तो यहां पर एक और चीज इंपॉर्टेंट आती है आप सभी के सामने, दैट इज द व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द रिकवरी रेट. अगर हम बात करते हैं इस रिकवरी की, सो इट हैज इंक्रीज फ्रॉम 8% इन 2017-18 टू ओवर 21% इन द फिस्कल ईयर 22. ठीक है. सो दीज आर द इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द बैंक विच हैज गॉट द हाईएस्ट अमाउंट ऑफ लोन, देन basically it was State Bank of India which has written off the maximum amount of loan that was worth 17,356 crores. Apart from that, this bank was basically followed by Union Bank of India and the Bank of Baroda. So ये additional information आपको पता होनी चाहिए from the exam point of view. We have discussed them. Now let's move on to the next question. So guys, the next question is on the ABLE Prize 2023, and the picture of that particular person who has received this particular prize is mentioned. You are just required to identify the name of that person who has been recently honored with the ABLE Prize 2023. Okay, let me tell you that this particular option we can definitely eliminate because he was a person who received the award last year. Now when I talk about the person who received the award this year, it is basically option C, that is Luis Angel Cafrilli, and he is basically from Argentina. ठीक है जी. तो अर्जेंटीना के ये पर्सन है एंड ही हैज रिसेंटली रिसीव्ड द एबल प्राइज व्हिच इज बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड फॉर द मैथमेटिशियंस. अगर हम बात करते हैं लास्ट ईयर यूएस मैथमेटिशियन डेनिस सुलिवन ने इस अवार्ड को जीता था. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. अपॉइंटमेंट कमिटी ऑफ द कैबिनेट हैज अप्रूव्ड द अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ ललित कुमार गुप्ता. सी गाइस, ललित कुमार गुप्ता भी रिसेंटली चेयरमैन अपॉइंट हुए हैं ऑफ, दैट इज व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी इन द कमेंट सेक्शन कि इनमें से वो कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसका इन्हें चेयरमैन बनाया गया है ललित कुमार गुप्ता को. सी गाइस, दीज आर द क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द इंपॉर्टेंट अपॉइंटमेंट्स व्हिच हैज टेकन रिसेंटली, एंड सच काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर बीइंग आस्क्ड इन द एग्जाम. दैट इज व्हाई यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू tell me that what is the right answer to this question. See, this is a very direct question and it do not need any kind of discussion here. The right answer is option A, that is Cotton Corporation of India. And here I can see that all of you have given the right answer. Sapna, Aishwarya, Nishi, Abhishek, Parth. So all of you have given the right answer. I'm really glad to see this. Now let's move on to the next question. And the next question is on the National Informatics Center, which has developed one of the app, and you are required to tell me that what exactly is the name of that particular app. See guys, NPCI ने develop किया ऐप को. इस ऐप का जो एम है दैट इज टू फैसिलिटेट ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन एंड टाइम बाउंड रिड्रेसल ऑफ कंज्यूमर ग्रीवेंसेस. तो कंज्यूमर ग्रीवेंसेस जो है उनका ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन टाइमली हो सके और टाइम बाउंड रिड्रेसल भी हो सके, इसके लिए एक नए ऐप को यहां पर लॉन्च किया है जिसका नाम आपको मुझे बताना है चैट बॉक्स के अंदर. एंड हियर गाइस, द राइट आंसर इज मापतोल ग्रीवेंस इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. एंड हियर आई कैन सी ऑल द पीपल हैव गिवन मी द राइट आंसर. नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो गाइस, रिसेंटली the book titled War and Women, which was authored by Dr. M.A. Hassan, depicting the war crimes during the Dash Liberation War. See guys, Liberation War was basically held. लिबरेशन वॉर हुआ था एक कंट्री के अंदर और उसके ऊपर उसको डिपिक्ट करते हुए इस बुक टाइटल को यहां पर लॉन्च किया है. और आपके सामने क्वेश्चन ये है कि ये जो लिबरेशन वॉर हुआ था ये कौन सी कंट्री के अंदर हुआ था. So that is what you are required to tell me to the question number 7, and absolutely all the people who have chosen Bangladesh as the right answer, that is absolutely right. So in this particular question we are basically talking about the 1971 Liberation War, जिसके बारे में ये बुक लिखी गई है by Dr. M.A. Hassan. Now the next question. So WHO ने recently certify किया है in one of the countries which have recently achieved the elimination of malaria in their territories. So guys, यहाँ पर आपको मुझे बताने उन countries का नाम जिनको recently certify किया है WHO ने. Is it Azerbaijan, Tajikistan, Armenia, Jordan, or both 1 and 2? To the question number 8, please tell me what is the right answer to this particular question. So here I am getting the right answers from the people. Absolutely, the right answer is both 1 and 2. That is Azerbaijan and Tajikistan, which have been recently certified by WHO. And now I am having a very surprise question for all of you. And that question is, you are required to tell me that सी इंडिया ने भी एक यहाँ पर एम बनाया है दैट दे आर गोइंग टू एलिमिनेट मलेरिया, बट बाय विच ईयर, कौन से ईयर पे इंडिया यहाँ पर टारगेट कर रहा है टू एलिमिनेट द मलेरिया फ्रॉम इंडिया? दैट इज व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी हियर इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. व्हाट इज दैट ईयर बाय विच इंडिया इज टारगेटिंग टू एलिमिनेट मलेरिया? सी गाइस, whenever you are seeing such kind of news information, you are always required to also seek out some extra information about that which can be asked in the exam. Now when I talk about the year by which India is targeting to eliminate malaria, it is by 2030. I hope this is clear to all of you. Absolutely right, Nilesh Abhishek has given me the right answer, that is 2030. Now the next question. So IBRD ने recently approved किया है some amount of loan to Odisha to enhance the social protection and disaster resilience. See guys, let me tell you, ओडिशा की कोस्टलाइन की अगर हम बात की जाए तो it is of 480 kilometers and that is what is highly vulnerable to the natural disasters. तो इसी तरीके से वो अपने forecasting system को और ज़्यादा strengthen कर सके और यहाँ पर early warning हमें मिल सके जिससे कि हम उस पर timely action ले सके. That is why such kind of loan amount has been provided by IBRD. And when I talk about the loan amount, that is basically 100 million US dollars. That is the right answer to this question. Now the next question. India's merchandise import are expected to rise 15% to a record dash billion US dollars in fiscal 2023 as per the report which was released. That is the Global Trade Research Initiative. And guys, here you are just required to tell me that basically ये जो नई value है, what exactly it is going to be. Is it 510 billion USD, 900 billion USD? So what is the right answer to this question number 10? So I'm getting the responses here. Absolutely guys, the right answer is option E, that is 710 billion US dollars. और 6 product categories यहाँ पर mentioned है which accounts for 82% of the India's total merchandise import. And guys, one question also comes in my mind, whether it is coming in your mind or not, I don't know, but there is one very important question, that what exactly is the largest source of import for India. So जब हम बात करते हैं इंडिया के largest source of import की, that is basically China. ठीक है जी, आई होप दिस इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. अगला क्वेश्चन आपकी स्क्रीन पर, एंड यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी द नेम ऑफ द कंपनी जिसने रिसेंटली अग्रीमेंट साइन किया है विद द सेलोन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड, एंड द एम ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर अग्रीमेंट इज टू सेट अप अ सोलर पावर प्लांट इन सामपुर इन श्रीलंका. तो गाइज यहाँ पर वी ऑलवेज टेल यू दैट वेयर एवर वेन एवर देर इज अ question on agreement, you are required to cover only 2 dimensions. First one is the name of parties involved and the second one is what is the aim of that particular MOU. तो aim हम already discuss कर चुके हैं. And when I talk about the name of that particular company which has signed an agreement with the Ceylon Electricity Board, it is option 1, that is NTPC is the right answer to this question. Now the next question. So guys, India's commercial capital Mumbai, इसको recently guys World Tree City 2022 लिस्ट के अंदर फिर से यहाँ पर प्लेस मिली है and it is the second consecutive year. अगर हम बात करते हैं लास्ट ईयर की 2021 की, तो दैट टाइम मुंबई एंड हैदराबाद, so Mumbai and Hyderabad were together in this particular list, but this year it was just the Mumbai which was there in the list for the World Tree City 2022 list. And आपके सामने क्वेश्चन ये है कि ये जो लिस्ट है ये बेसिकली इसमें से कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो कंडक्ट करती हैं ट्री सिटीज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड प्रोग्राम. So here some options are provided to all of you. You are just required to identify the name of those organizations which basically conduct this Tree Cities of the World program. And here guys, the name of that particular organization is basically here. None of this particular organization is there because when I talk about those organizations, these are basically UNFAO, that is United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, and the Arbor Day Foundation, which has conducted the Tree Cities of the World program, and that is what the right answer to this particular question is. Now the next question. So Dhanya Rajendran, she is the co-founder and editor-in-chief of one of these particular we can say जो कि हमारे न्यूज मीडिया चैनल्स हैं. ठीक है, तो यहां पर आपके सामने क्वेश्चन ये है कि सी दिस पर्टिकुलर पर्सन हैज बीन डिक्लेयर्ड एज द विनर ऑफ द चमेली देवी जैन अवार्ड फॉर आउटस्टैंडिंग वुमेन मीडिया पर्सन फॉर 2022 एंड यू आर जस्ट रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी द नेम ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिनकी एक को-फाउंडर और एडिटर इन चीफ है. सी गाइस, व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द चमेली देवी जैन अवार्ड फॉर आउटस्टैंडिंग वुमेन, दिस बेसिकली अवार्ड इट इज अ रिकॉग्निशन फॉर वुमेन मीडिया पर्सन्स इन इंडिया एंड दैट इज व्हाई धन्य राजेंद्रन हैज बीन गिवन दिस पर्टिकुलर अवार्ड. नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द नेम ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन to which she is co-founder and the editor-in-chief, It is basically the News Minute, that is option C. And here I can see that all the people have given me the right answer. Bhubesh, Shashi, Nishi, Sapna, Aishwarya, Abhishek. That is option C, the News Minute. Well done, guys. Now let's move on to the next question. So which is on the Hamza Yusuf, who has been sworn in as the first minister of which of the following nation? See guys, this particular person has become the first minister for this particular nation, and you are required to tell me the name of the country for which the person has been sworn in as the first minister. So let me give you a small hint here that the capital of that particular country is Edinburgh, and absolutely it is option B, that is Scotland, the capital of which is Edinburgh. So guys, here you can see that Yusuf is the first Muslim to lead a democratic Western European nation, that is Scotland. That is the right answer. Now the next question. So United Nations first International Day of Zero Waste. See guys, this is the very first time that we are celebrating and observing this particular day, and you are just required to identify the date on which this particular day was being observed. See guys, let me tell you here that the day is United Nations first International Day of Zero Waste. So let me tell you that this particular day basically aims to bolster the action to address the global pollution crisis. See, global pollution crisis को खत्म करने के लिए हम जो एक्शंस लेते हैं उन एक्शंस को और ज्यादा एनहांस करना, दैट इज व्हाट द एम ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर डे इज ऑल अबाउट. एंड व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द डेट ऑन विच इट वाज ऑब्जर्व्ड इज 30th March. That is the right answer to this particular question. Now let's move on to the next question. So V8 Tech Wabag has backed 4400 crore seawater salination project in Tamil Nadu, and the project has been funded by which of the following organization? You are just required to identify the name of that particular organization which has recently declared to fund this particular project, and we have already discussed such kind of organization here in our today's session, and the name of that organization is JICA, that is Japan International Cooperation Agency. The very first question was on the same organization. Now the next question. So state-owned India Post Payment Bank has partnered with one of these organizations, and the partnership का जो aim है that is to launch banking services through the WhatsApp. तो अपनी customers के लिए WhatsApp के through banking services को launch करना इस partnership का aim था, जो कि sign की गई है between India Post Payment Bank and the Bharti Airtel. That is the right answer. Now the next question. See guys, 121st meeting हुई थी recently of the IRDAI, जिसके chairman का नाम है देवाशीष पंडा. ठीक है जी. So as per them, two new entities, that is Echo Life Insurance Company and the Credit Access Life Insurance. See guys, the name of these parties is very important and it can be asked in the exam. ठीक है. And here you can see that these particular organizations were granted a certificate of registration to commence life insurance businesses, and with the entries of these two firms, जो इंडियन इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर है उनके अंदर टोटल नंबर ऑफ कितने लाइफ इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज हो गई हैं? यू आर जस्ट रिक्वायर्ड टू आइडेंटिफाई द टोटल नंबर ऑफ दीज इंडियन इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर companies. And here guys, the right answer is to the question number 18 is 25. That is option E is the right answer. Now the next question, another question from IRDI, and now the question is basically as per the recent announcement by IRDI, which of the following has or have not been designated as a DSII, that is domestic systematically important insurer. See guys, द क्वेश्चन को काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है और इस क्वेश्चन को काफी अच्छे से आपको पढ़ना है. व्हाट इज द डिमांड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन? इट इज आस्किंग यू टू आइडेंटिफाई द कंपनी विच हैज नॉट बीन डेजिग्नेटेड. सी फॉर दैट यू मस्ट रिमेंबर दैट व्हाट आर द कंपनीज विच हैव बीन डेजिग्नेटेड एज DSII. सो लेट मी सी दैट हु विल बी टेल मी द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन. And here absolutely right guys, all of you have given me the right answer. That is option A, United India Insurance. That is, these three particular companies are those companies which are designated as a domestic systematically important insurer. See guys, when I talk about the DSII, these are those insurers which are subjected to maintain the additional regulatory measures to deal with the systematic risk and the other moral hazards. So guys, जब हम बात करते हैं in kind of DSII की, तो let me tell you here that if there is a failure of one of these particular organization, then it can cause a significant dislocation in the domestic financial system of India, and that is why they are called DSII, that is domestic systematically important insurers. And आपके सामने क्वेश्चन ये है कि आपको मुझे बताना है domestic systematically important banks के बारे में, that what exactly are the list of those banks which are basically designated in India as DSIIB. So please let me know about them in the chat box. Now the next question, and here guys, you are required to tell me the name of that particular location which has become the first American state. See guys, it has become the first American state to condemn Hindu phobia. So what is the name of that particular First American state, it is basically Georgia. That is the right answer. Now the next question. So Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation ने नई report launch की है. It is the 24th edition of that particular report. The title of the report is Women and Men in India 2022. See guys, let me tell you here that this particular report basically provides you a wide range of data. It provides you data on a wide range of topics such as education, health, employment एंड पॉलिटिकल पार्टिसिपेशन. ठीक है, तो ये 24th एडिशन है इस सीरीज का और इस रिपोर्ट के फाइंडिंग से यहां पर क्वेश्चन आपके सामने है. एंड द क्वेश्चन इज, एज पर द रिपोर्ट एन एवरेज इंडियन वुमेन एज बिटवीन 15 एंड 29 स्पेंड्स व्हाट अमाउंट ऑफ अनपेड लेबर. ठीक है जी, तो कितना टाइम ये अपना अनपेड लेबर के उसमें यहां बिताते हैं. दैट इज व्हाट द क्वेश्चन इज ऑल अबाउट. सी गाइस, व्हेनेवर सच काइंड ऑफ report is being released, the very first question you always remember is the releasing body, and the releasing body for this report is Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. That is what the right answer. And when I talk about the right answer to this question, it is option D, that is 5.5 hours. And everybody has given me the right answer. Ankit, Shashi, Priya, Ishwarya, everybody has given me the right answer to this question. That is option D. Now the next question. So Ministry of Finance ने recently increase की है interest rates on the small saving schemes, but still for the quarter 1 of fiscal year 24, that is April to June quarter, यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन आपके सामने ये है that इसमें से वो कौन सी यहां पर स्कीम है जिसको यहां पर लेफ्ट आउट किया गया है फ्रॉम इंक्रीजिंग इट्स इंटरेस्ट रेट. सो दैट इज व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू आइडेंटिफाई हियर फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर लिस्ट, दैट कौन सी वो लिस्ट है, कौन सी वो स्कीम है जिसको यहां पर विच इज एन एक्सेप्शन विच हैज नॉट बीन इंटरेस्ट रेट जिसका इंक्रीज नहीं किया गया है. दैट इज व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू आइडेंटिफाई हियर. Absolutely right. The right answer to the question is Public Provident Fund. And now you are also required to tell me that what exactly the interest rate for Public Provident Fund. Can anybody tell me that in the chat box? PPF का जो interest rate है, what exactly it is? So let me tell you here that it is 7.1%. And guys, for the last 3 years, it is static. This has not changed. And it is 7.1% only. Now when I talk about the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, guys, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana की बात करें तो इसका interest rate 7.6% से increase कर दिया गया है to the 8%. Now when I talk about the Senior Citizen Saving Scheme, तो इसकी अगर हम बात करें तो 8% से 8.2% तक इसका जो interest rate है इसको increase किया गया है. And when I talk about the Kisan Vikas Patra, so it is basically 7.2% से इसको increase किया गया है to 7.5%. So all these things are very important from the exam point of view, and absolutely all of you tell me the right answer, that is 7.1% for the PPF. Absolutely right. Now let's move on to the next question. So Ministry of Commerce and Industry has released the Foreign Trade Policy 2023, and you are required to tell me that what exactly is the target of this particular policy, that India through which this particular part is aiming to achieve this target by 2030. So what exactly is that particular India's export that India is targeting under this policy? The right answer is USD 2 trillion. That is the right answer. Now the next question. So Competition Amendment Bill 2022 stipulates that deals with the transaction value of more than dash crore that is going to require the approval of the Competition Commission of India. See guys, वो transaction का amount आपको बताना है जिसके लिए there will be a requirement of approval of the CCI, and that particular transaction is basically of rupees 2000 crore. That is what the right answer is. और ये जो bill है जो कि recently launch हुआ है, that is Competition Amendment Bill 2022, इसका जो aim है that is to reduce the timeline for the CCI so that they can pass an order, as well as when I talk about that what exactly this particular timeline is, this timeline has reduced from 210 days to 150 days. That is the right answer to this question. Now the next question. So European Commission ने grant किया है protected geographical indication, and you are just required to identify that what exactly is the name of that particular part for which this particular geographical indication has been granted by the European Commission, and there is a hint that it is grown in the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh, Kangra district. But आप यहाँ पर देख रहे होंगे कि सभी जो options है वो कांगड़ा से ही start हो सकते हैं, and that's how you are also going to find out such kind of options in the exam as well. And now guys, when I talk about the right answer to this question, it is option E, that is none of the above, because when I talk about that particular part for which India has been granted, this European Commission is granted protected geographical indication, it is for the Kangra T. That is what the right answer to this question. Now the next question. Recently, the contract for acquisition of 6 next generation missile vessels has been signed for the Navy, and you are required to tell me the name of the organization with which this particular agreement has been signed. The cost for it was 9805 crore. And guys, this is a very direct question, do not requires any kind of discussion. It is option C, that is Cochin Shipyard Limit is the right answer. Now the next question. So here you are required to tell me the name of the Indian state जो कि बनी है इंडिया की पहली, जिसने लॉन्च किया है इंडिया का पहला कूल रूफ पॉलिसी फॉर ऑल टाइप्स ऑफ बिल्डिंग्स. सी गाइस, कूल रूफ पॉलिसी, यहां पर मैं आपको बता दूं कि ये जो पॉलिसी है, इट हैज बीन लॉन्च फॉर द ईयर 2023 to 2028, and it uses the special paint or the tile cover so that this particular roof of the building can reflect as much sunlight as possible, and this is very much higher than the conventional roofs, and that is why they are basically trying to make the state thermally comfortable and heat resilient, and that is why this particular policy has been launched by the Indian state of Telangana, which is the right answer. Now the next question. India's current account deficit has declined to what percentage of GDP in Q3 of the fiscal year 2023? The data regarding to which was released by the Reserve Bank of India, and you are required to tell me what is the percentage of the GDP of the CAD. So guys, when I talk about the current account deficit, it is a difference. See, it is a difference between the inflow and the outflow of the foreign exchange. And when I talk about that particular percentage, the percentage is option B, that is 2.2%. So we have discussed all the important parameters of this particular question. Now let's move on to the next question. So guys, agla question आपके सामने see, you can see here that a very long question is there, but the question is on a very easier lines. The question जो basically ये है, that starts from basically here, that World Bank ने recently इंडिया की जो growth rate है for the fiscal year 2023-2024 उसको यहाँ पर कितना % रखा है as per its latest report, that is India Development Update Spring 2023 edition. So it is on a very easier lines. वर्ल्ड बैंक ने रिसेंटली इंडिया की ग्रोथ रेट कितनी रखी है फॉर द फिस्कल ईयर 2023-24, एंड द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए, दैट इज 6.3% इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो हियर यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी द नेम ऑफ द पेमेंट प्लेटफॉर्म जिसने इंट्रोड्यूस किया है ई कॉमर्स कंज्यूमर ऐप जिसका नाम है पिन कोड. और अगर हम बात करते हैं इस पर्टिकुलर ऐप की, तो इस जो ऐप को लॉन्च किया गया है ऑन द ONDC विच स्टैंड्स फॉर ओपन नेटवर्क फॉर डिजिटल कॉमर्स. और ये कौन सी पेमेंट प्लेटफॉर्म है जिसने इसको लॉन्च किया है? इट इज फोन पे. ठीक है जी. तो इसका एम क्या है? With this particular app, they basically aims to promote local shopkeepers and sellers, and this is also going to digitally connect the consumers with all their neighborhood stores, and that is how it is really going to impact them. Now the next question. So Axis Bank ने recently specific कौन सी organization के साथ partnership किया है to launch the digital दुकान ऐप? ठीक है, डिजिटल दुकान ऐप यहां पर लॉन्च किया गया है, and this app is going to empower all the merchants through which they will be able to accept payments through various digital modes. So when I talk about the name of that particular organization with which this partnership has been made by Axis Bank, it is Visa. I hope this is clear to all of you guys, and all the people have given me the right answer to this question. Now let's move on to the next question, and this question is basically from the bilateral maritime exercise, that is SLANEX 2023. And see guys, we always tell you that whenever there is such kind of defense exercise which taken place, what you are required to remember: first one is the name of the parties involved, and the second one is the venue of that particular exercise, that where exactly that exercise was held. तो अगर हम बात करते हैं कि name of the party, it was held between Sri Lanka Navy and the Indian Navy, और venue की हम बात करें, it has basically held in Colombo. अब यहाँ पर question है थोड़ा सा off the track, थोड़ा सा odd lines के ऊपर, that is about the edition of this particular exercise, and the edition of this particular exercise is 10th edition. I hope this is clear. Now next question. And the Ministry of Defense has signed a contract with the Ultra Dimension Private Limited, Visakhapatnam. What is the aim of this particular partnership? It is for the modernization of naval aircraft yard, and you are just required to identify the cost for this particular contract, and the cost of this particular contract is going to be 470 crore rupees. I hope this is clear. Now let's move on to the next question. And here guys, the question is basically Salim Aziz Durrani has passed away recently, and you are just required to identify the field through which he was associated with. He was a journalist. He belonged to the field of public affairs, arts, medicine and sports. That is what you are required to tell me in the question number 34. What is the right answer? The Picture of the person is basically presented here. You are just required to tell me that what exactly is the right answer. Salim Aziz Durrani, let me tell you that he was a former Indian cricketer, and that is why the right answer is option E, that is sports. So Ajay Shinde has given me the right answer. Ajay, Abhishek, Aishwarya, Shashi, Ankit, all of you have given me the right answer. Absolutely, it is option E, that is sports. Now the next question. So India has become the first country to develop its own system for estimating dash cases. See guys, this particular thing, let me tell you that recently the 36th Stop TB Partnership Board meet was held in the Varanasi, and during this particular part, India has launched and India has unveiled its recently new mathematical model with which India can basically estimate the TB cases in India, and that is why the right answer is option A, that is TB. ठीक है जी, तो ये बेसिकली एक नया मॉडल इंडिया ने लॉन्च किया है एंड इंडिया हैज बिकम द फर्स्ट कंट्री टू हैव दिस काइंड ऑफ मॉडल. एंड लेट मी टेल यू दैट WHO का जब डेटा आता है रिगार्डिंग द टीबी, तो उससे महीनों पहले ही इंडिया विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर मॉडल, इंडिया कैन गिव इट्स डेटा, एंड दैट इज हाउ इट इज रियली गोइंग टू मेक give India an advantage. Now the next question. According to the NASSCOM report, the Indian tech small and medium sized enterprises sector revenue is likely to grow in the double digits. And what exactly is basically that particular worth that it is going to reach by 2030? That is what you are required to identify, and that is $40 billion. That is the right answer to this particular question. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now the next question. So guys, the next question is basically you are required to tell me the name of the first Indian bank. And guys, see, this first Indian bank has opened its special rupee Vostro account in Malaysia to facilitate the transactions between India and Malaysia in the Indian rupee, and you are required to tell me and identify the name of that particular bank which has become the first Indian bank to open such SRVA account. So guys, here let me tell you that to push the rupee in the international currency as an international currency and to promote the growth of the global trade, RBI has recently, see in July 2022 RBI ने यहाँ पर एक नया मैकेनिज्म लॉन्च किया था जिसका नाम था स्पेशल रूपी वॉस्ट्रो अकाउंट, एंड द नेम ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर बैंक विच हैज बेसिकली बिकम द फर्स्ट इंडियन बैंक टू लॉन्च दिस पर्टिकुलर अकाउंट, इट इज द यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया इज द राइट आंसर. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. You are required to identify the name of the company which has test fired Dhawan to a fully 3D printed cryogenic rocket engine. Very direct question. The right answer is Skyroot Aerospace. That is the right answer. Now the next question. So NBCC India Limited ने इंक किया है MOU, और आपको बताना कि वो कौन सी कंट्री है जहां पर they are going to construct 1 lakh housing units, and the name of that particular country is option C, that is Zambia. So guys, these are the kind of questions which are being asked in the exam, and we are covering all the dimensions of such kind of questions. Now let's move on to the next question, and here the question is basically on the Finland. Finland recently become the member of the NATO, that is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, और आपके सामने क्वेश्चन ये है कि कौन से नंबर का मेंबर ये बना है. He has become the 32nd, 30th, 29th, 31st or 35th member. That is what you are required to answer. Let me tell you that Finland has become the 31st member of NATO. Next question. So as per the report, that is infertility prevalence estimate 1990 to 2021, first thing that you are required to remember the name of the organization which has released this report, that is WHO, and as per this report, around what percent of the adult population experiences infertility? And guys, these are the kind of questions which are being asked from such kind of reports which are being released by the international organization such as WHO, that is World Health Organization. The right answer to this question is 17.5% is the right answer. Now the next question. So UK has become the 12th member of CPTPP with 11 Asia and Pacific nations, and you are required to tell me the name of the country which is not the member of the CPTPP. See guys, इसके लिए आपको ये भी पता होना चाहिए क्योंकि एग्जाम के अंदर यहाँ पर CPTPP की फुल फॉर्म भी पूछी जा सकती है. And when I talk about the CPTPP, it stands for Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And when I talk about इसमें से वो कौन सी कंट्री है जो कि पार्ट नहीं है इस पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप का, सो लेट मी टेल यू हियर दैट ऑल दीज कंट्रीज आर नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. The members of this particular block has already been mentioned here, which are here. And now let's move on to the next question. And the next question is, you are required to just tell me the name of the organization which has released the World Energy Transition Outlook 2023 1.5 degrees Celsius Pathway Preview. This is the name of the report. We always tell you that the very first dimension you are required to cover from a report is the name of the releasing body. And the releasing body for this report is International Renewable Energy Agency. And here guys, you are required to tell me the name of the person who has become the first Indian women hockey player to have a stadium named after her. See guys, we have basically seen a lot many stadiums which are being named after the male players, and now this particular person has become the first Indian woman to have a hockey stadium on her name, and the name of that person is Rani Rampal. Now the next question from the India Justice Report 2022, and from this particular report you are required to identify the name of the state which has achieved the top rank among the 18 large and mid-sized states with the populations over 1 crore, and the name of that particular state which has got the highest rank is Karnataka. So Karnataka is basically the state which has got the top ranked in this particular category of this report. Now the next question on the United Nations Statistical Commission, and you are just required to identify that what exactly the year is when this particular commission was being established. See guys, why this particular question is being asked here? Because recently the United Nations Statistical Commission was there in the news. And why it was in the news? Because India was recently elected by UN Economic and Social Council as a member of this particular commission, and this commission was basically launched in year 1947. Absolutely. So all the people have given me the right answer to this question, that is option B, that is 1947. Now the next question. As per the Airport Council International, Delhi Airport handled almost 5.95 crore passengers, and it was in the among the top 10 countries. See guys, I have given you a hint to that question. You are just required to identify the rank of the Delhi International Airport, but here I have already told you that it was in among the top 10 airports, that is the top 10 busiest airports, and when I talk about the rank of Delhi Airport, it was basically 9th. And guys, when I talk about the name of the airport which was at the top of this particular list, that is the most busiest airport in the world, it was Atlanta Airport of the United States, which was the most busiest airport as per the report. Now the next question, and here you are required to identify the name of the country with which India has signed its फर्स्ट डिफेंस कॉपरेशन एग्रीमेंट. सी गाइस, इंडिया का फर्स्ट डिफेंस कॉपरेशन एग्रीमेंट कौन सी कंट्री के साथ साइन हुआ है? दैट इज व्हाट इट इज बीइंग आस्क्ड, एंड द नेम ऑफ दैट कंट्री इज रोमानिया. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो गाइस, रिसेंटली द बैंक क्रेडिट हैज रोज by what percent year on year in fiscal year 2022-2023 against 9.6% in fiscal year 2021-2022 as per the data which was revealed by the Reserve Bank of India. So guys, in this question you are just required to tell me that what exactly is the percentage increase. जो नया परसेंटेज है वो क्या है इन द बैंक क्रेडिट जो कि इंक्रीज हुआ है, एंड दैट पर्टिकुलर परसेंट इज 15%. ठीक है, तो 9.6% से ये वैल्यू हो गई है आपकी 15% for the fiscal year 2022-2023. And guys, this is the highest since fiscal year 2011-12 when it was 19.3%. And now guys, we are moving towards the last question of our today's session, that is here on the screen, and this is for all the cricket lovers who are watching this session. And the question is, you are required to identify the name of the Indian players who have recently received the Marylebone Cricket Club's honorary life membership. Is it Mithali Raj, Yuvraj Singh, Rishabh Pant, both A and B, or all A, B and C? So guys, please tell me what is the right answer to this question. I want all of you tell me the right answer about this particular question. So guys, when I talk about the players who have received the Marylebone Cricket Club's honorary life membership, इसका basically right answer है option D, that is both A and B, that is Mithali Raj and Yuvraj Singh. And apart from that guys, let me tell you that former Indian captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni along with Yuvraj Singh and Mithali Raj, they were the 5 Indians to receive Marylebone Cricket Club, and other person are Julian Goswami and Suresh Raina, who are also honored by the MCC. So guys, I hope that this is basically clear to all of you. And now guys, this is the time that you should tell me what exactly your scores are out of 50 in this particular session. So I'm waiting for your responses. And guys, if you are still new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also access the PDF of these sessions that we take on the YouTube channel by joining our Telegram channel, जहां पर आपको हमारे सभी सेशंस की PDFs मिलने वाली हैं. And now guys, you are just required to tell me that what exactly your scores are out of 50 in this particular session. Okay, so Vipin Dahiya is asking a question that, sir, आप EPFO master course, basically the question is about the EPFO master course. So Vipin, what you can do is you can just mail us on the hello@edutab.co.in, and our team will definitely contact you and provide you the answer to this particular question. Okay, do not worry about it. just type the same question that you have asked and share it on the hello@edutab.co.in. Okay, and our team will definitely answer to this particular question. So Ankit is saying that he has got 35 out of 50. That's really a good score, Ankit. See guys, let me tell you that these scores are really very important for all of you to assess what your strong areas are and what your weak areas are. So जो आपके weak areas हैं उनको आपको convert करना है into the strong areas by analyzing that what exactly your weak areas are and giving more focus to those areas so that you can retain all the information from such kind of news articles which you tend to forget. Okay, so guys, I hope that it is very much clear to all of you and this session was really fruitful and useful to all of you. And if you are having any kind of queries guys, you can just type your queries in the comment section, and if you like the session then you can also tell ourselves about this particular session in the comment section. And if you are having any queries and if you are just watching the session in the later period, then you can just share your queries on hello@edutab.co.in, and you can also call us at 814-620-7241. So guys, thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning.